Hello everyone, my name's Matt, and I will be your host today, and we are playing Kid Icarus for the NES. And we are playing level 2-4 and 3-1 in this part. 2-4 is the second dungeon. I would call it, or classify it as the Ice Dungeon. Difficulty level, I would give it a 3 out of 10. It's not very hard if you know where to go. The things you're going to run into are problems are just eggplant wizards if you know where you're headed. These guys I'm hitting with this mallet you see. You have to hit select and you jump up and press, I think it's A or B. But they're the sentries. They're the Queen of Light's sentries that were frozen in stone, or not frozen, but I guess dried in stone by Medusa. And you free them and they help you on the boss. Although they don't do a whole lot. You could get, you could get a whole lot of them. I usually just get them for shits and giggles because they don't do much and they're fun to watch. Here's an eggplant wizard. If they hit you, they'll turn you into an eggplant, and you do not want that. It's basically a give up and restart the dungeon if you get turned into an eggplant, because it's more time to go out of your way than it is to going and getting the... I guess I explained that wrong. If you get turned into an eggplant, you have to go into a room that will remove the curse and turn you back into Pit. And it takes way more time to get to that room than it does to just restart the whole dungeon. Die and restart from the beginning. I got real lucky right here. I think I almost barely missed that. We're gonna grab this refill station, and we will make our way to fight Hewdraw. I don't particularly know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's spelled Hewdraw. I don't know where they get that name. Hewdraw. It must be something like Greek mythology-wise or something, I don't know. But these little spike things are kind of annoying, to be honest with you. They just look like they kind of just... Sometimes I just have the worst timing when it comes to those things. The item you just saw me pick up there was a... What was it? That was the torch. I guess it's called a torch. And the other item you saw was a pencil. The torch shows you on the map where you're at. The pencil shows you where you've been. I will never buy them again. I only bought them for the purposes of showing you what they do, and they're really pointless. So if you're like me, you'll just Google Kid Icarus maps, and you'll follow the maps that are there. It's funny, I don't think I could have been able to beat this game if I had to play it back in 1986. I would have probably given up after a day of playing it, because stuff is like hard to the point of where you just, without the tips that I learned, it's just the point where you just want to give up. You don't even want to play anymore if you don't know what you're doing. If you hear that in the background, it's Grandma's Boy. It's on TV right now. I don't necessarily see this movie all the time. It's pretty funny. I've seen it a couple times. Alright, we're almost to Hewdraw. It's such a stupid name, Hewdraw. Let's see. There's nothing else I can buy. I debate whether or not to go in here and kill those guys. I bought the pencil and I didn't even look at what it did because I thought it would do something the right way, but after you go to a room it's supposed to show you. And it lights it up green, I guess, and tells you where you've been. Eggplant wizards, man, I do not know who came up with that idea for a bad guy. Let's come up with a boss. What could we, or a bad guy? What could we name it after? Oh, let's call it the Demon Wizards, or the Goblin Wizards, or no. You know what I think? Eggplants. That's what I think of when I think of wizards. Eggplants. Oh my gosh. Makes no sense at all. Look at all the sentries. This is Hewdraw. What appears to be a bird-like head with a snake-like body. And they jump up in the strangest fashion. This boss is actually not that difficult. It's just time consuming. Look, you have to do this. It's a little bit harder to hit him, but it just takes time. It doesn't really require that much skill. We'll see though. I find that an ice bird is a strange combination for a boss. Like, it has a bird head, it has a snake body, but it lives in a castle made of ice, and its body is blue like ice. Strange. I don't get it, but it's cool. I just hurt my foot. You can see that the health meter is in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also tell that the sentries didn't do diddly squat. I had 6 of them, and they were dead within the first 10 seconds. You'll be lucky if you get a sentry to last longer than that. There's a little trick here when you kill the boss. If you jump and crouch, your hidden treasure will look like you ducked. I don't know what does that, but it's pretty funny. And that was the end of 2-4. We're now on to the final set of stages, 3. This little room down here is a refill station. And I'm pretty sure you get full health here, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a refill station. Let's see, what is there to do on this level? There is a strength power up, the last final one. There is a health refill, and then there is also more plutons. So, oh, and look, I got the fire upgrade. You can tell when my arrows shoot, they shoot out, like, see that? They got fire on each side of them. This is like where the game gets really fun for me, because you have all the upgrades, all full health, and you're ready to just tackle this stage. The next 2 stages are more fun. Actually, I'd say the funnest stage in the game is the final one, where you get to equip the armor and you actually get to fight Medusa. It's not that difficult, and it's just really cool. It has you get to actually fly, and it's really neat. Here we fight some like bat-like enemies. I'm not particularly sure what their names are, but they look like little bats in my mind. Okay, we're jumping on green clouds, pushing further and further up to the Sky Castle. Huh. I don't know if it's her palace, I guess you could call it, but I just realized that there is a Sky Castle in Rygar. Why is it... I said this in the other walkthrough, why is it all these games have a Sky Castle? That is a common thing. Rygar, what else is there? There was a Sky Castle in Final... What's there? No, not in Final Fantasy, but it's in Secret of Mana. There was a Sky Castle. I think it only takes 2 hits to kill these Reapers, too. Oh boy, my ankle hurts. I totally rolled my ankle. It's really bad. I'd say it's a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Or even an 11. We are making our way up to the final attack power-up room. Oh, here's the plutons. Now these guys have a different pattern than the other ones. If you want to skip them, or not skip them, or get past them, you have to jump up, and they'll go like that. So basically, you taunt them to go, and they go. So it's a little bit actually, I'd say it's easier than the other ones in my mind. I'm killing these snakes. They're so annoying. Snakes take more of my health than anything. I'm just really cautious because I don't want to accidentally get hit by a pluton. trying to taunt him here. Now the spawn patterns with the enemies are kind of strange too. Sometimes you'll notice that the enemies will fall through the floor, and I think it depends on how far up on the screen you go. And like sometimes there'll be an enemy there, and sometimes it'll be a floor down. And I think that has to do with how far you go up on the screen. That has to do with the spawning. Nailed him. I get this power up, last attack power up in a strange fashion. I have to waste a feather to get it, fortunately, but it's totally worth it because I have like 4 feathers from all the treasure rooms and stuff I've been. I'm thinking. Here's what my thinking is I'll go up here and I'll kill the enemies. You know, I'll farm the enemies so I make sure I have enough of that hidden stat, enough attacks, enough kills, enough points to get the power up, and I accidentally pull the room like too far off the screen. I go up, I think I'll spawn a couple more enemies, and I don't realize it going into it, but then when I come out I have to use a feather. It's kind of strange. These attack power rooms, like I said, they basically give you a power up if you have killed enough enemies, and if you get like the other stat is how many times you've been hit, and other things are added into it, but that's the gist of it. So I got enough kills there, and I'm in the final power up, which is blue. Blue pit, and you see a feather's used right away. And that'll be it for this section. Stay tuned for the next section. Be sure to comment. And I think the next part is the 3-2. So thanks for watching.